Okay, is that good?
Yep. Here for standing.
All right, so for some crazy reason I've been writing all these kind of country hillbilly songs lately, and I don't know where they come from, but this first one's about my old buddy Dennie Hall. Lived out in Virginia. He was an old hillbilly guy. He was a real funny character, real sweet old guy with a real funny giggle, and so this song, you guys have to help me out on it because it's got a part where you gotta howl like a dog, okay? Bark like a dog, howl like a dog, okay? You'll hear where it comes in. Old Dennie Hall. The old Dennie Hull's looking on the porch and looking out into the dawn. He said, I gotta get out and chase them gophers, they're getting into my lawn. So we got out the hose and got out the shovel, scratched his chin and looked kind of puzzled. Old Dennie Hull got all capruzzel. Well, his eyes lit up and got an idea. Went to the barn and started to steer his old rusty trap out of the barn, chasing them gophers out of his lawn. Well, old Dennie's wife, sweet Billy Joe, was enjoying the morning sun. She looked out the window to see what he was doing, and she said, I think he's having fun. So she went to the door to see him a wiggle. He bounced up and down and started to giggle. He laughed and grinned and started to sneeze. There was plenty of fall and blowing in that breeze. He started to snort and he started to jiggle. The old rusty track with its wobbly wheels. The buck blew smoke and it started to squeal. Big fat Willie and old hillbilly wasn't looking for something to shoot. He saw them gophers out in the field to run when Dennie's lawn. So he started to shoot at the furry little critters. His wife bit my lip, she started to jitter. She shrieked, don't shoot them poor little things. Her hound dog Beelzebub started to sing. I don't hear any men howling out there. The old Dennie Hull on his old rusty tractor, chasing them gophers out of his lawn, giggling and sneezing as he bounced along, early one morning into the dawn. Come on, we need more hound out there. More barking and howling. Okay. Okay, this one's about where I grew up down by Bear Creek, Bear Valley, Bear Creek, and back in '63, I think we moved down there. I was a little kid. Old Bear Creek. Well, I found myself living here in Colorado. Here in Colorado, the place where I was born. Living out in the country that is oh so sweet. Living out in old Bear Valley, an old cut-back cottonwood tree. I see fish swimming down in cold clear waters and tadpoles in the stream. Bullfrogs are croaking and they're jumping out just to say hi to me.
Ribbon.
It was a whole different world I remember back in those days. It was a whole different life in our old-fashioned ways. It was a whole different place. I remember the songs that we sung back in the good old days when we were young. There were cottonwood trees blowing in the breeze. There were sunsets over the mountains. There were horses in the fields running like the wind, like their lives would never end. There were dreams and magic stories floating through my mind, and I thought the sunset skies would never end. Well, I look out now, cars, roads, and bridges in such a tranquil place that God once gave to me. 60 years ago, and I still remember just exactly how it used to be. Living in Old Bear Valley, down on Old Bear Creek. Well, now it's just a memory, a story in my mind, like hobbits in the hills that one day I would find. I dreamed that they were up there in my sunset mountain dreams, and I watched the horses run in pastures out on Old Bear Creek. So I met a sweet, pretty little girl down on by the creek. We saw each other on summer nights and down on through the weeks. We loved each other dearly and we had a lot of fun, kissing and a hugging down on Old Bear Creek. Well, she told me that she loved me, said that I love her too. But we were just too young, there was nothing else we could do. My mom said I was a bad boy, her papa done said it too. So they packed up the car and moved to California, away from Old Bear Creek. Ooh. Was a whole different place. I remember back in those days. Was a whole different life in our old-fashioned ways. Was a whole different world. I remember the songs that we sung back in the good old days when we were young. Well, I find myself living here in Colorado. Here in Colorado, the place where I was born. Living out in the country that is oh so sweet. Living out in Old Bear Valley, out on Old Bear Creek. Living in Colorado, out on Old Bear Creek.
This last one I just wrote this week. I don't even know if I remember it, but what's it called? I can remember the title.
She went on down to the country bar, looking for something to do.
Now you got to participate in this one because it's one word. You guys have to join me on. The word is goo. Okay?
Goo.
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 Goo. Okay.
Goo.
She went on down to the country bar, looking for something to do. But what was really on her mind, she was looking for some handsome dude. The first guy she saw was cute, real feller, so she flirted till she got her a date. My friends just showed up finally. Till she got her a date.
About time.
The fifth time around, she thought it'd be different. She thought she found a perfect mate. You got a date, right? She flirted with this guy, okay. I think I forgot the song. She got a date with this guy, right? Going to a bar. Go! But the fifth time around, she found herself a perfect mate. But you did not learn your lesson before, and you thought I'd tried to do it again. But searching in all the wrong places, looking for a heap of sin. A big fat heap and helping, whatever did you think you'd do? Looking in all the wrong places, winding in a big pile of goo. Okay. A little white kitty saw the wasps flying around the living room. She landed on the floor, she started to play it with more and more. She made her real mad and it flew on her head, stung her on her ears and on her cheeks. Poor little kitty didn't learn her lesson and chased around for weeks and weeks. You ready? You did not learn your lesson. You went out and done it again. Looking for trouble, landing in a heap of sin. A big fat heap and helping, whatever did you think you would do? Looking in all the wrong places, landing in a big pile of goo. Okay, one more verse if I can remember it. I just wrote this one yesterday. Well, a little black dog was out in the field, sniffing round a gopher hole. He started to scratch and he started to dig. He thought it was a mole. Gopher came up and bit him on the nose. He ran off and cried and squealed. Found another hole and started to dig. He slipped on a banana peel. Well, you did not learn your lesson. You went out and done it again. Looking in all the wrong places, landing in a heap of sin. A big fat heap and helping, whatever did you think you would do? Looking in all the wrong places, landing in a big pile of goo. Try that one more time. So you did not learn your lesson, you went out and done it again. Looking in all the wrong places, landing in a heap of sin. Big fat heap and helping, whatever did you think you would do? Looking in all the wrong places, landing in a big pile of goo.
All right, Stan Houston, everybody. Up next we have John.